Hi, I'm Steve Dockery, and welcome back to the Moot Workshop. This is a Brunswick Model 15 floor radio from 1930. We'd like to return this to as close to its original condition as we can. We'd love to see it working. So toward that end, we need to take this apart, look it over, and see what needs to be done, this time on the Moot Workshop.
Closely with research. This is a
This is a 90-year-old radio, and it looks like it's been stored in a sort of a humid area. There's a lot of warping on some of the wood. There's rust all over the chassis inside. And originally, when it was being offered, it had the 3 rectifier tubes in the back of it. But by the time I got there, the tubes had been sold out of it, and the guy just gave me the rest of the radio for free. As you can see, there's pieces of the wood are broken off as some of the trim. The speaker grill has holes in it, and even the frame around the speaker has pieces broken out, and behind it as well, the structure behind the fabric. There's a piece of veneer missing here, little nicks and all over the place. So here's the radio, the way it looked when I got it back to the house. And you can see those 3 tubes are missing. As you can see, it has a really substantial chassis, the armored chassis, and it looks like it once was covered with chrome. This knob here is distance and close-up stations. The tuning mechanism does seem to work. The knob underneath is a tone control. In preparation for working on this thing, I gathered all the information I could. I got these drawings and schematics from an online radio forum, including this very helpful schematic here. I purchased these, showing some details that the other drawings don't have, from a place that specializes in antique radio parts. And I even found an original manual, just like the one that would have come with this model. And in fact, this has not only all of this information about how you'd set it up, but there's a couple of sheets in the back that are logs for what radio stations you might have found, and the packing slip, which shows the serial number for the radio that this came with, which is about 10,000 units off from ours. I made a copy of the manual so I could look at it and not damage the original. It is 90 years old. So let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart. There's an antenna wire here, which is weirdly connected to the ground post that I'm unscrewing it from here, and the other end of it to the actual antenna post, which is not how it's supposed to be done. This is a long piece of wire with very frayed cloth insulation on it that'll have to be replaced. And then this is the plug that goes to the speaker. And lastly, here's the power cable, which has this lovely old plug on and terrible tear in the insulation. Now that we've got it all disconnected, we'll get the chassis out of there. There's a little slip of paper here that used to be stuck on the bottom of the chassis that has patent numbers and other things like that. We'll have to recreate this. Now I'll remove the tone control. It's connected to the speaker underneath. So with the basic disassembly complete, we have to come up with a game plan for the restoration. There's a lot to do here. The electronics inside include unknown problems. There's a lot of things that are probably just dead from being old. We're missing some tubes. We have a lot of rust. We have wires that have bad insulation. A lot to be done here before we even try to plug this in. And then the case, the cabinet, is suffering from a lot of water damage and neglect and actual broken pieces. So what we will do going forward is do a bunch of separate, smaller videos that detail various things that need to be addressed. And then once all of those videos over quite a bit of time probably are complete, we'll do a final wrap-up video where we put it all back together again. With all that in mind, the next video may be more on this series. It may be something else. This is probably going to be drawn out over a really long period of time because there's so much to do. But one way or another, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again real soon on the Moot Workshop. Hi, thanks for watching. If you really liked that video, please click the like button. And if you like what we do in general, please subscribe, because that not only lets YouTube know that you like us, but it also lets you know when we have a new video, and we do post a new video every week. And if you really want to encourage this behavior, head on over to our Patreon, because your contributions will help us get exhibits for the museum, but more importantly, it'll help buy us parts and supplies that we need to refurbish and otherwise restore these items so that they work and they're in the best condition they can be. Thanks again.